Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another setting of, for the moment it's going to be Rage Across. Wait, I'm not sure what that's called yet. We have a name for it.
The Big Apple Takedown.
Oh, Big Apple Takedown. That's right, I've heard
Rage
of it.
Across the Big Apple Takedown.
Rage Across the Big Apple Takedown. For
I don't
the
want to
moment, it's just Werewolf and Hunter. And Simon Simon hasn't felt quite well lately with a lot of what's been going on in his life. Decided to go out with a drink. Asked his friend, his alpha, decided to come along, and so they decided to go to a jazz bar, which is kind of a bit quieter than most bars. And so they walk in. They walk in. A few people walk out when they walk in. Also, a few people can tend to just get out of the way. Because Rage 9. And yeah, so Simon will and Chloe just, I guess they actually he'll look for table, bar, probably table.
Wherever's the most out of the way.
I think I'm actually going to say that Rebekah is already there. Probably sitting off to the side with a notebook and a couple plates beside her, like she's been here for a little while eating a couple glasses and working on stuff in her notebook. But she's also keeping an eye on the room, like in the way that you kind of do if you're a little more wary than usual. She is people watching, and she spots them as they come in, if that's okay.
Yeah, Rachel 9 walks into the room.
I'm fairly certain that there's probably more scarring now than there was the last time that they met.
Oh my gosh, that's fair.
It's not crazy noticeable. Like it's not she hasn't got another battle scar, but there is more scars.
Okay.
But yeah, it's probably colder out. So to be fair, she probably would be wearing a jacket, so maybe you wouldn't notice as much. But you know,
Sure.
But yeah, she's kind of not really paying attention to the room as much as to Simon, and she's like, "So you really needed me to babysit you?"
I mean, I don't need to babysit. I just kind of wanted to see if anybody else wanted to come out and go out and drink with me.
Just kidding, you kid. It's all right.
Also, I feel like get close. Wait, isn't it illegal? Oh, for both of us, shit.
What now?
Yeah, guess. Wait, if she gets close, isn't it like illegal for both of us to drink now?
Oh shit! Sorry, I just realized something. It's not the scars we need to be worried about here. What we need to be worried about is the fact that Chloe now looks 27 instead of 20.
Oh no, yeah, that's right.
That's actually a really big. She looks her body is now 27. Yes, so she looks distinctively older.
I can't wait to hear that story later. So Rebekah's going to raise her hand to wave and then kind of stop a little uncertainly.
Chloe doesn't even think about it at this point, about any of why she might look strangely at her, because she's used to this by now.
Rebekah's other hand is clearing, moving plates aside, to, clearly to make room for them in case they're interested in joining her.
She's not going to lean closer to Simon. She's looking directly ahead, and she'll offer just kind of a tiny polite smile towards Rebekah. But meanwhile, Packlink is going, "Oh God, I know her."
Yes, I also in Packlink. She's like, so.
She asks a lot of questions. A lot of questions. Be careful what you say.
I mean, this is Packlink. Just because of what he's going to say, I'm going to say it's in Packlink. I mean, I'm not going to go, hey, I'm a rune, which means I'm a warrior, and I'm a werewolf. Yay. And I kill
I'm
stuff.
not saying you're stupid, but she is wily.
Okay, I'll be careful of what I say.
Yeah, do that. but we can't really say no to this. So Chloe's sort of, well, we can't really politely say no. So she's, keeping that smile on her face, that little polite one, which we can roll for to see how effective it is if you want.
Oh, yes, I will.
Okay, are we
really
set up?
I don't think we are. 1 second.
No, we
Yeah,
don't have.
tell me where we're going. Extra dice roll or one?
Yeah, I might as well go to extra dice roll if it's not taken.
Jesus, look at that last roll in there.
That's pretty good.
I know, what the heck? Okay, so let's start the scene so I can roll. What's it called so we can start it?
I just put my random name for now.
Okay, what do we have here?
That's one.
Okay, and this is my roll, which is a shitty roll, but it's only a fail, so it looks pretty fake.
Oh no, man, those ones.
I know, I even have a specialty that applies. You just can't tell right now.
Oh no. I got 3 successes, so Rebecca notices as Chloe turns that
It's
Chloe
not a
doesn't
botch.
actually look particularly interested, but she also sees her trying to be polite.
Yeah, I mean, she is trying. It just isn't effective at all. Which is so sad. Chloe's so much better than this. Right now, you're probably doing a double take. Like, is this even the same person I met? There's no reasonable explanation for her to look 7 years older.
Yeah, in Backlink, Simon will probably be like, your smile is so fake right now. In Backlink, Simon is like, your smile is so fake right now.
Oh, Jesus. It's actually in your head. Oh, Jesus. Oh, whatever. And she'll actually look at him and shrug just a little bit and continue over to the table. Just dropping all facades at this point because it looks terrible.
And he'll follow and sit.
It's just like, hi.
Hey.
Long time no see.
It has been. How have you been? You two are welcome to join me if you like. If you're busy, I won't intrude, of course. She nods to Sam. Here we go. My mouth is just not working today. Nods to Simon.
I mean, we just kind of came in to relax a little bit, listen to some music, get him a drink.
The band's been lovely. I can't comment on the quality of the drinks.
I mean, I would assume that maybe a jazz place might be a little bit more higher level on them, but I guess maybe I'm just making bad assumptions. Who knows?
The food's been fantastic, so if they're anything like the food, you're in for a treat.
Great. Rebecca, this is Simon. Simon, Rebecca.
Please,
She reaches out a hand to offer. She's going to roll Manip sub because there's now 9 rage joining her at the table. And
I'll go ahead and do that peony that I'm so terrible at. I have never upped it.
Yeah.
Rolled one time.
Rebecca just has 6 dice for fucking everything.
I have 1 success.
Simon has wow.
Oh yeah, look at that. No specialty, but she has 5 straight successes to not look like she's just super uncomfortable with a couple of Garu, range 9, joining her at
So
the table.
close. So close. 4 successes.
Oh, you are close. That's quite close.
And apparently Rebecca's just become Chloe.
Did I say Chloe?
No. I just meant because you
thank
actually did
goodness.
well
Oh, good.
on your you rolled really well on your manip sub, and I have like 7 dice. I rolled like -1.
Oh, fair enough.
Sometimes the dice like you. Sometimes they don't.
Sometimes. Hey, I
Yeah,
had a sparring scene. I had a sparring scene with Will where I rolled 2 soaks. The difficulty was 3. I rolled 4 dice, and the three dice were were 3.
Oh
So like,
wow.
like Dice roll was just trolling me.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Simon doesn't see it. He's close to, but doesn't see it.
Chloe will simply go ahead and pick a seat and sit down.
How have you
So-
been?
Good. I'm good. Just doing what I normally do. How about you?
So when she says I'm doing what I normally do, Rebecca's eyes are gonna kind of lift and like flit across the new scars on her face and the new there's a lot on her face to see. But
Yeah, there's probably a hint of gray in her hair because just a tiny, maybe one little gray in there you might have caught. Because she's only 27, not 84.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And it's just basically wear and tear.
Sure. So Rebecca's gonna glance over her and like there's a visible moment where she like decides not to ask. But she's concentrating on that instead of on necessarily like hiding it. So there's a moment you both can see where she kind of checks herself and is like,
I think this is a good time to realize what Rebecca's noticed for Chloe because she doesn't literally. It's been like months now, so Chloe doesn't think about this every day anymore.
Sure, fair enough.
So she suddenly blinks, and in her impact link, he hears, "Oh shit."
Poor Chloe. Tonight's been great so far.
That could be Chloe's fine, but yeah, there's definitely an oh shit in pack links.
Oh shit. Speaking of which, I forgot that there's also a cane. Rebecca has like a cane leaned up against the table. Yeah, that's important. She's not actually hurt anymore, but she's pretending because she's healed months ahead of schedule, and that would be weird if anyone were to notice. So
Nope, I get you. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, she's going to so take that little moment to not ask Chloe and just nod and accept her answer, and then sit back and kind of like pull the appetizers she's been picking at, probably like some kind of I don't know, my brain is dead, like nachos or something. What would a jazz bar have instead of nachos?
I have
Probably
no idea.
like peanuts still in the shell with some kind of interesting salt on them. We'll go with that.
Sure, why not?
So she passes that towards them as an offer.
Yeah. And as that's happening, she'll finally notice the probably partly in trying to deflect from the fact that she realizes what just happened there.
Legit.
Because there really is no explanation that will ever really justify that to poor Rebecca.
Right. Seems good.
She will that's when she'll happen to notice the cane, and then her eyes will flit from the cane to Rebecca, and then just realize that she just asked how she was doing. And then kind of flip back and forth for a second there.
Rebecca follows her line of vision and says, I've been better.
I guess. What happened?
Oh, just a little bit of drama, really. I was shot.
Wait, wow, shit.
That isn't a little bit of drama.
Simon knows what being shot feels like.
Wait, what did Simon say?
No, well, he won't say it, but I just said, oh, see, Simon knows what being shot feels like.
Oh,
Like, they
so
should just
so
be
do we
like,
both.
oh, shit,
Chloe's,
that
yeah,
hurts.
yeah. I'm sure we both do, but nobody's going to tell her that.
Yeah, right? Oh, yeah, I get shot all the time!
When were you shot?
Where were you shot? But yeah, Simon would be he's like, shit, that
As a
would
matter of fact, some
hurt.
of these scars might just be from silver shot, but hey. No.
Hey. Yeah, Simon,
No, we'll stick with the normal human conversation.
shit, that would be painful.
Yeah, so
Fuck.
with Chloe going, what happened? You know, and he's like him going, oh shit, that hurts.
It's actually very embarrassing. I don't remember what happened. My roommate found me trying to get home to feed the cats and called 911. I was lucky he was there.
So the cops shot you?
No. I don't remember any of what happened. I was apparently shot and drove myself home. I must not have been in my right mind.
I mean, you were just shot, kind of explains it.
Well, the police have explained that, but are hopeful that I will remember a little more. I hope so too, I suppose.
I hear that. I mean, I hear that kind of injury that memory stuff sometimes can come back a lot later. That's what I hear anyway.
I'm not particularly sure I want to remember, to be honest. It's been a hard couple months. She smiles and like her smile at first is pained, like it hurts because it's been a hard couple months. And then she like bears down on it and like clears her face and just shakes her head. But I'm healing.
I mean, as long as you survive something, then you can keep going. It's kind of my point of view anyway. Says the woman with all of the scars.
Yeah, Rebekah stares at her for a second and her face just pinches hard, like with just a really intense sympathy. But she's not rude enough to be like, yeah, you go, girl. So she just nods and nods several times.
Oh, how do you two meet? How do you two know each other?
She's
A mutual friend.
Yeah. Chloe will sort of smile just a little and she'll look to him and say, she's a friend of Jacob's.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I know Jacob.
Oh, excellent.
Jacob's a good friend.
Jacob and I share an interest in philosophy.
Shockingly.
Shockingly.
Yes, because who would have ever guessed that Jacob could talk about philosophy? And she sort of totally has this, this sort of kind of big, like, yeah, kind of grin on her face. Because Jacob talking, of course he's talking.
Sure. Rebekah just starts to laugh. I have the same problem sometimes. He and I are kindred souls.
Have you talked to him lately?
I did about a week and a half after I was shot. I wasn't my best, to be frank. It was maybe a month ago, month and a half.
Gotcha. I just wasn't sure because he hadn't brought you up in a while. And I see him most days.
I hope he's well.
Yeah, he's good.
Pass on my greetings to him. I should have another dinner party soon. That would be... Well, I've been very busy with funerals, actually.
Okay. Chloe's not going to be able to hide this one, so I'm not even going to try. There is a very visible flinch as she says that. Because,
oh,
well, there's a variety of reasons, but she sort of, yeah, there's a visible flinch and then an actual look of sympathy. Not a faked one or a polite one, but an actual look of sympathy.
no. Rebekah meets her eye and notes the sympathy. And the look she gives her is apologetic, like, I'm sorry to bring up bad things. But also understanding.
Yeah, I mean, Chloe doesn't say anything. She just kind of look. She's not going to bring up her stories at this point. So she'll just be like, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that."
It's a dangerous time to be in New York. Things are unsettled, I guess. She shrugs.
There is a lot going on.
It seems like it, doesn't it? I suppose that's the beauty of New York, but some days it feels like every ugliness is here.
Yeah. It does feel like that sometimes, doesn't it?
So how's your business going?
It's good. It's going good. We are definitely very steady, and we always have work to do. We've even hired a few people.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. You don't hear that very often from crafts-based businesses. That's really good news.
Well, we've always had a few, like, sometimes you just can't get through all the projects you need to get through, and it's good to have extra people. Simon's even taken on some things for us, which has been very convenient.
Oh, do you crochet too?
Is he there?
Nelson,
I'm back.
There you go.
Welcome back.
So, was that question to Rebekah or Simon?
It was to you from Rebekah, because Chloe had just said that you've taken on some projects for us. And she's like, oh, do you crochet too? Is what Rebekah said.
Wait, let me turn the sound up a little bit. And he'll be like, yeah. Well, Chloe taught me, so kind of still learning that. Yeah, I crochet.
We give him some of your stuff until he gets better. But hey, that takes some of the load off of the rest of us.
Absolutely. And sounds like a lot of fun based on what you make. Yes?
Yeah, until now I've maybe made clothing like hats and gloves, and yeah. Fun.
Oh, so she would have given you a lot of like things like hats and honestly, probably things like baby blankets. Those are really simple too, and a lot of repetitive stitches. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff she would have given you. That's the world's easiest crochet thing to do because it's just the same stitch over and over 5,000 times. Yeah, I mean, if you make something they want, it helps, and word of mouth among the nerd community is kind of a thing.
That makes absolute sense.
Know your demographic, I guess.
You don't strike me as a particularly nerdy sort of person.
I learn what I need to. No, I don't really play a lot of video games, but I have been attempting to see what people are really into about comic books lately.
Interesting. This sort of turmoil that we're seeing in New York, I imagine, is probably leading to a lot of uptick in comic book readership. Everybody wants a hero.
I mean, I don't know if that's true, but if it is, I mean, comic books, there's a ton of superhero movies out.
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of things like that. There really does seem to be quite a theme over the last few years. If you look at that.
Yeah. It's good, I think.
If it gives people hope or even entertainment for a little bit, that's really the point, right?
Yes. Yes, exactly. And sometimes people are inspired to become their own heroes. I would hope.
As long as they don't do something silly like jump off a building. So they thinking they can fly. Then I think we're okay.
Yeah, that's fair. That wasn't quite what I had in mind, but that's...
No, I'm sure it wasn't. But that is a form of really bad superhero. Unless you actually are Superman.
I'm afraid I've never been Superman. So I'll have to take your word for it.
Well, me neither. I've been Wonder Woman, but never Superman. And let me
Oh my goodness, it's October already. Ooh, is she rolling?
Yeah, I've tried to see how straight of a face I could keep through saying I'm Wonder Woman, considering that she's a Black Fury.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty straight.
I got 4. Yeah.
Man, look at that. I have 1. Yep.
She's just keeping a straight face, like, because in reality she wasn't lying. It was just more trying to not make it sound like I'm actually connected to this somehow.
Sure.
In a really weird way, but you know. Yeah. So she just kind of delivers that pretty deadpan, and yeah, and just, you know, as a matter of fact, that's who I've been looking into. That's who I've been reading lately. And I'm still not sure I really get the whole thing about it. But
the whole thing about Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I mean, I find her to be a very good... I mean, I love that she's a strong woman. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't take any shit. That's fantastic. But I don't really think that they have the mythology right.
How so?
I don't know.
I haven't read much Wonder Woman, but mythology is my great love in life.
Well, based on what you know, would you say that those are really Amazons?
No.
That would be my point. I mean, for the entertainment value, it's cool, and I love that there's a strong role model out there, but
that's an absolutely fair criticism. I can't fault you there. Are you a student of mythology?
I just pay attention to some. I'm not particularly
strong female role models.
Oh yeah, that definitely.
She nods her approval. She can appreciate a feminist. She has no idea that she's appreciating a super feminist.
Well, she's never been a total, you know, like, crazed out there with her opinions either. But yeah. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a thing. My family's always been into that stuff and has always been very matriarchal in its own way.
Oh, Rebecca's going to have to roll. Dang.
She's telling totally the truth here too. She's not even lying.
That off of her face.
What is she trying to do?
I'm going to say it's going to be a pretty high diff to spot this, but Rebecca is not in the least responding to that.
I mean, if there's
She
something
looks
I should be
interested.
PNAing, then let me know, but I don't know what you're doing.
Just for success. Yeah, you can totally peony it. Rebecca is hiding a look of keen interest when Chloe says that.
Yeah, 3. Which is not actually half bad on 4 dice, but not enough to spot you.
No, it's pretty good.
1, 2, 3.
That's pretty good too, but Defender wins.
It's fun.
How funny. I suppose mine could be said to be that way too. My mother was always better paid than my father, but
yeah,
I don't know that reaches back many generations.
I mean, yeah, mom was kind of the boss of the house. See, because mom was a Karu, but he's not saying that.
Well, Chloe's not exactly explaining. But she's the epitome of matriarchal family. She's just saying, we're usually that way in this very calm fashion. But yeah, I mean, this kind of sounds like none of us really have a problem with the idea of Wonder Woman, just maybe the mythology.
Yes, and the thing about mythology is that those who believed in it as truth are, at least that particular mythology, are pretty much gone now. It seems hard to fault the creators of the comic for turning it into something new. Recycling. Rebecca has no idea what she's saying to
Hera's redeeming daughter?
Hera's redeeming daughter. She has no idea.
Slash,
oh no.
Slash Nike's valor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Slash a Galliard who lives these stories. Oh no.
It's okay, Chloe. She's having to keep a lot of the shit to herself because she can't really say much to you. I'm just laughing really hard. This is kind of hilarious.
Oh dear.
But just because a story is old, would you say that, and its creator is long dead, would you say that it has no relevance then?
Oh, certainly not. Certainly not. I am absolutely respectful of religions. I just don't think there are many who still believe in the Greek gods.
Hashtag has met Aries.
I has met Hercules.
I'm just kidding. I mean, I guess for me, everybody follows something. Even if you're just trusting in yourself because you're an atheist. There's always something that makes you tick. Each person tick. We could always go into that old trite thing. Well, there's truth in every religion.
Rebecca kind of peers at Chloe for a minute, and then, there's a little tiny twitch of her head. Like you can visibly watch something click into place. Chloe's Greek, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Actually, the name I'm sure the name you know her under is Niccolo, because she still uses that one,
Sure. But sorry, Rebecca was saying that. She was saying Chloe's Greek.
Oh,
asking.
Chloe will nod.
Have I been utterly dense? I'm so sorry. If it's something that is of family value to you, I apologize.
I'm not offended. There aren't many people who believe in the Greek gods.
No, not many at all, but that doesn't mean that they're not some of the best stories that we've collected. They're terrific fun and have a great deal of wisdom and relevance, despite their lack of followers.
And despite being old and written by someone who's long dead, as she deliberately quotes her, they're some of the best known of the mythology.
Indeed.
Must be some reason for that.
And anyone who doesn't know them is going to be missing out on a great deal of collected literature. Many of our stories have built on those traditions. There's not much modern literature that you can read that is completely unaware of the Greek myths. Oh my God, Nelson.
Yeah, you mean the thing on the side? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna just because she wasn't expecting right then. There is kind of a twitch, as she gets a very odd pack link, but she doesn't look at Simon. She's just like, really, right now, and yeah, I mean, there's a lot of. To be fair, I mean, there actually are a lot of different beliefs and a lot of truths out there. There's no point in. I can't say mine is more true than anyone else's. But I also think that there are a lot of truths that can be true at the same time.
Well said.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because she knows the Fenrir also believe things, and those are true. But anyway.
That's wisdom beyond your age, I think. It's very hard to acknowledge that there can be many truths and listen when people tell you their truth. Good for you.
Yes. I'm going to say somewhere in the mix of this, Chloe actually did get them, did order like something to drink and all this kind of junk.
Sure.
We've been sitting there a while, and I'm sure Simon did too. We came here for him.
Yeah, Simon would have ordered something.
Rebekah will order another drink for herself.
Wait was probably like, hey, you guys over there, what do you want?
Wait, what?
I said, grade 9, the waiter was probably like, hey, you guys over there, what do you want? I'm not coming close.
Oh, legit.
Yeah, probably. I can always do the standard, go up to the bar and intimidate them until they give us something, so that we go away. But anyway, we'll just figure it happened somehow or other here. And yeah, she's kind of playing with it. She's not really drinking it terribly fast or anything. It's some kind of fruity concoction of the very girly variety. That's always been Chloe's style for all that she's kind of badass at this point. But you tend to know a lot more about religion than I do, I think. I'm pretty sure don't you do something with religion as a whole?
Yes, it's what I studied. I have my PhD.
Right. So asking me questions is a little well,
my degree is in the study of religion. Asking people questions is what I do. To be frank.
Fair enough.
You were a journalist? Or something?
A little bit, though not probably about things that you'd be interested in. Nothing close by. I deal in international politics and the ways that religion impacts those. I don't know, maybe it's something you're into.
I can't think. I mean, I'm not too much into politics, but I am interested. I do have interests in religion.
Actually, that's a really good point. Simon does have a French interest. Fuck me.
Accent.
I just can't talk today.
Yeah, because Chloe has actually a Kentucky accent, but she has the Greek name. So it's kind of like...
Well, that's funny. That's really funny.
Yeah. I mean, there are Greek people that have probably ended up everywhere. So her family are immigrants, right?
I think Rebekah speaks French. I have to check. 1 second.
Yeah, if that happens, someone better be translating in my head.
Oh, where is it? Nope. She doesn't. Oh, darn. Okay. So she will actually check herself and say, and I suppose you probably are actually interested in international politics, since it sounds like you may be a student of the world?
I mean, a little bit. Yeah. Not a huge interest, but yeah, I do keep kind of an eye on what happens, at least here. And I'd say, yeah, in the French politics.
She nods. Well, if you're ever curious about what's going on, she will take a call. You guys, I should probably go to bed. I'm apparently an idiot today. She's going to take a card out of her bag and slide it to him.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I'll call you up if I need to.
Do you like philosophy?
Not as much as Jacob, but I do like talking about it.
There's giggling in Simon's head from Chloe.
Rebekah grins. Well, I'll extend an invitation next time I'm having him over to both of you.
Hold on.
The way she says it, she doesn't sound like she expects that they will accept it, because she and Chloe never did get together to have cooking lessons.
No, that's fair.
I'm really tempted to have her ask about Dimitri, but
Don't do whatever's natural. It's fine. Whatever happens, happens.
okay. How's Dimitri been? It's been so long.
Oh, he's doing well. He's really busy at work.
She nods.
Not a lie. Not a lie.
That seems to be going around too.
Yeah. So considering his job, there has been a lot going on lately. So
Yes. That's right, he's a policeman.
he is. I'm just gonna roll this just so I've covered, just because this whole conversation has a level of deceit to it, obviously.
Okay.
So there's 0. If you get more than 0,
Oh no.
no, I have a specialty there, so I get 1 because of the way that works now, since there's a 10. So I got 1 success. It wasn't a fail.
She has 3 successes. 666. The devil sees.
Yeah, that's fine. There's definitely, she's not lying to you,
Mhm.
but there's more going on than than you're getting than she's saying.
That's fair.
Yeah, in the packing Simon's like, wait, Dimitri was a cop?
That pack link?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the packing.
yeah, he is. In Queens.
He'll just be like, oh, okay.
This I have this feeling this is going to come up later. Wait, you were what with the cop?
Oh no.
Oh come on, she's in a pack with Jacob, like all the cops everywhere.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
But yeah, but she's just yeah. But I'll tell him you said hi.
Thank you. That would be wonderful. He was a delight.
That actually gets a real grin from her. He is a delight, actually.
As she says that, and Rebekah is actually remembering the dinner party. Even as Chloe starts to grin, Rebekah's face just kind of like the color just drains out of it.
Chloe stops grinning. That isn't exactly the reaction she was going for with a grin.
You okay, Rebekah?
I'm afraid one of the funerals that I attended recently was Mira's.
Chloe blinks. I'm so sorry.
It was very sudden.
Are you okay?
Yes, of course. Of course.
I mean, she was your friend. She seemed
was.
pretty attached to you.
She was. She was in a lot of pain and isn't anymore. So I suppose that's the best thing that can be said about it.
Okay. I only met her the once.
No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought it up.
No, I mean, it's okay. There's no reason why you shouldn't. I think the best thing you can do for someone who's passed on is to remember them. You should always, maybe not always, but you should never feel afraid to bring up someone who's gone.
She stares at Chloe for just a minute and says, absolutely genuine, like without any, like completely seriously, I don't believe I've ever heard someone say that before. Good for you. I think you're right. But I don't believe I've ever heard someone say that before.
It's something I feel very strongly.
Yeah. I mean, so whether they're dead or just left somewhere else, just actually left somewhere else, still alive. I mean, it's always good to remember the people you care about.
I mean, you can't really be sure what's happening afterwards, right?
No. You're
So
right.
this way, they're kind of alive, sort of, in some way. Stories I could tell you about that kind of thing, but
Oh.
you don't know the people, so there's no point.
No, I suppose not. I do like stories, but the telling of them can be painful. And I certainly have no need to inflict that on you.
That's another thing too. There's also a comfort level that there needs to be. Like, you have to get to the point that you can tell about it, that you can bring them up, and I mean, it's okay if you get upset by it, but at the same time, you have to at least be okay with even saying it, because sometimes emotions get really hard to deal with.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this for the record. Chloe sounds like she's experienced this far too much.
Yeah, Rebekah is staring at her and looks very much like she doesn't quite know what to do with this level of maturity, particularly around such a difficult topic.
Yeah. Now, see, Simon probably not nearly as close to Chloe, but yeah, he's still taking it in. Looks like, yeah, he knows.
You know, he's got to have heard most of the stories of what Chloe has lost.
Yeah.
Like, she's been through more death than just surrounding her.
You know, after I got out of the hospital, a very good friend, my doctor, told me I should seek counseling, and I just didn't. It seemed rather foolish, considering I couldn't remember anything. I think you've done me more good tonight than a month worth of mourning. Thank you.
You're welcome. If it helped, I mean, when you're ready, I would listen to whatever you want to tell me about Mira.
Thank you.
If you were friends, you probably have quite a few fun stories to tell.
We weren't that sort of friends. We were the sort of friends you meet in hardship and protect one another. Even when it's dangerous and we don't agree with one another.
But you stuck together.
Yes.
Loyalty is also a good story.
Yes. Well, what a grim evening I've turned this into. What else are you into, Simon?
I feel like I don't expect with everything. Well, actually, I'm willing to what we're talking about before: comic books and anime.
Oh.
I'm a huge nerd.
I see. Those are useful to know, particularly when there's memes I don't understand.
There are a lot of those, aren't there?
Yes, there are actually quite a lot.
I just research whatever's popular so that I can make things the way they need to be made. But when it comes to memes, I don't know. I'm not willing to play all the games to figure it out.
There's only so far that Google can get you. In as far as memes are concerned.
Yeah, what was that last part?
Sorry. Start coughing. She said there's only so far that Google can get you as far as memes are concerned. Even knowing the context doesn't necessarily mean you understand the joke. In my experience.
Yeah, I guess so. Although I'm more into, anime and comic books than actual memes. Also, unless the memes actually kind of refer to the anime or nerd stuff. Some of them I don't get.
That's fair. So, Jacob's family's Russian, Chloe's family's Greek, yours is French?
Yeah, we're international bunch.
You are. You must have very interesting discussions. Or maybe not. She actually kind of glances between you and realizes that she's had students before, and just because they all come from different places doesn't mean that they have anything interesting to say about them. In at least long term. If their interests are elsewhere.
I mean, let's talk about home, but it's a place that's better to visit than to be talked about.
Ah, that's true. That's fair. I spent a little time in France. It was lovely.
Well, I can't think. Well, I am French, but I'm not from France. France.
Oh.
I'm from New Caledonia, small island in the Pacific.
Oh. That's very interesting. That sounds fascinating.
Yeah, it's fun growing up there. I'm glad I'm here now, but growing up there, growing up on an island is really something.
I imagine it must be. That's one part of the world I just haven't spent much time in.
But hey, the beach life is for everybody, right? Just watch those shows on like HGTV.
Oh.
Yeah, totally. There's always somebody looking for a beach house.
I believe you. I have known some very lovely beaches, but again, not there. Is New Caledonia known for its beaches?
Yeah, we have very nice beaches, and yeah, we have kind of a few little cool places. There's a place which I shall look for it on the internet. Let me look for it.
As we take LARPing to a whole new level by using the real internet.
Real internet. So yeah, there's kind of known because this. Sorry.
As a dog enters the bar.
Just a second. And because it's known because it kind of, when you look at it from the sky, there's literally a literally shaped like a heart right here.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
How romantic? As a colleague kind of sensitive.
You don't like beaches? She's teasing Chloe very gently.
Haven't spent much time on them, to be honest. I'm sure they're lovely places.
Not a lot of them in the Midwest. If I place your accent correctly.
Kentucky. It's a little more south.
There are beaches in the south, but not Kentucky.
No, we're definitely landlocked. But there were plenty of mountains.
What are your winters like?
Better than here.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Significantly warmer.
Interesting.
Like, the town I lived in had one snow truck.
That's astonishing. I think of that part of the country as blowing snow and terrible freezes.
That's because we're more south than... Like, in the Civil War, it was one of the border states. One of the ones that sent troops to both sides.
She nods. She nods and it kind of seems like it's not necessarily something that she's considered before. Like she knew that fact, but the actual implications of it probably didn't quite register before because American history is just not necessarily her specialty.
Chloe only knows it because she lived there. I know it because I'm a history major.
That's totally legit.
And I've taken a lot of U.S. history. But yeah, it's one of the ones that you know there were stories about families sending one son to, who like basically the if you had two boys, they might choose to join different sides and stuff like that.
Ah, goodness, that sounds excruciating.
I imagine it would have been. I mean, I didn't live it or anything.
No,
but the implications are pretty heavy.
Yes, certainly. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go Google Heart of Vo. Rebecca's gonna pull out her phone and Google and yawn because I should probably take my poor mouth that won't get things right to bed.
I will also do that just so we can all have seen the same thing.
Oh, that's neat.
Tourist attraction in New Caledonia. I feel you need a helicopter ride just to make it appropriate, though.
Yeah, kind of. It's a place that you kind of got to see from the sky up. It's really something.
And have you been in a helicopter to see it?
Yeah, once. Most of the time he spent, on the beach. Spent most of the rest of the day on the beach.
That makes sense.
I mean, helicopters are a lot cheaper than sand, or a lot more expensive than sand.
True.
Very true. Yes, very true. I'll have to add that to my list. Places I want to go someday. It's been a while since I last traveled. Maybe I'm overdue.
Where have you traveled to?
I grew up in America. Well, I grew up all over, to be very honest. I went to boarding school. Several different places. User has to check her sheet. France, Egypt, Turkey, England, South Africa. All over the place.
Sounds like, yeah. Well, you made most of the time you had so far.
I don't honestly think you could call it making the most. Going to boarding school somewhere is not really a very good introduction to a place. Well, maybe a good introduction, but no deeper than that.
What I think is interesting is some of the places. I mean, you said Turkey, and considering some of the political stuff that I've heard was going on there recently. Was it as bad then?
My mother served at the U.S. Embassy.
Mm-hmm.
My father was a journalist who specialized in conflict zones. Neither of them was shy about sending me to places that were unusual to learn about them. I was young and stupid for many years.
Well, isn't that kind of how it goes? We all start out young and stupid.
Yes. Yes, I suppose it is. Well said.
No point in denying it.
We just have to hope that we grow out of it, as you obviously have, and you hopefully have too. She gestures to Simon and grins at him.
Well, hopefully not too fast.
Yeah, she'll look at Simon and just be like, "Yeah, don't grow out of it too fast."
I guess you still have a lot of time.
Hopefully, yeah.
She nods her approval. And then realizes he said hopefully and kind of blinks twice. Well, forgive an old lady. I should be going. I need a little more rest these days. She lies as she picks up her cane.
She's only like in her mid-30s, right?
No, she's 40.
Oh, is she? Okay.
I should check. See, she was 39 when she came into the game. I should check her birthday.
It's close enough either way.
Yeah.
I mean, 39 is.
She's joking about being an old lady. Like her expression says it's definitely a joke. But she is yawning. Because her player is a fucking old lady.
Yeah, I mean, age is just a number. But yeah, if you gotta go, no problem. It's nice seeing you.
It's good to see you too. And really, I mean it. Thank you. Thank you. Simon, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Hopefully, I'll see you again.
Yes, I hope so. She picks herself up and goes to pay out her check, and I'm going to go to bed. Good night, you guys.
Good night.
I say that as Simon and Chloe keep drinking, we can end the scene there. I kind of have to go to bed too. It's getting late.
Oh no, it's fine. That's cool.
Okay. So thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Good night.